Every 40 seconds, someone dies from heart disease. And 80% of them never saw it coming. Everything you have been told about preventing this is a dangerous half-truth. It is not just, end quote, aging, end quote. You are not thinking about those statistics right now. You are thinking about your hands. The persistent coldness in your fingers and toes. You are thinking about that subtle, undeniable heaviness in your chest when you walk up a single flight of stairs. If your hands are constantly cold, your arteries are not just clogged. They are losing their nonstick coating. Look down at your hands right now. Are they warm, or is there a slight chill? If they are cold, the hydraulic pump in your chest is struggling to push warm coolant to your extremities. The clinical pioneers publishing in the European Heart Journal know this. Centenarian cardiologists with decades of peer-reviewed clinical practice know this. They have compiled over 3,000 clinical studies pointing to one forgotten arterial structure. The secret to longevity does not lie in a statin. It lies in the endothelium. There is a 50-cent morning flush. It uses ingredients sitting in your kitchen right now. European researchers discovered this specific protocol can restore your artery and apos as non-stick coating in a matter of hours. We will break down that exact protocol in a moment. But the cholesterol is not the true killer. It is merely the ambulance arriving at the scene of a crash. To stop the crash, you have to look closely at the invisible highway inside your chest. The true villain is glycocalyx degradation. Think of the glycocalyx as the Teflon coating of your internal plumbing. When it is intact, nothing sticks. Blood flows without friction. The vessels dilate and constrict with perfect mechanical precision. But modern diets destroy this architecture. Sugar is sharp. It scratches the arterial wall at a microscopic level. It acts like dragging steel wool across a nonstick pan. Microscopic potholes form on the arterial highway. Friction increases. The tissue tears. By age 50, you have lost 15% of this arterial coating. By age 60, nearly 30%. Read that again. Your internal armor is evaporating. Centenarian cardiologists see this pattern in thousands of patients. They measure the erosion. Your doctor runs a lipid panel. They see high cholesterol. They prescribe a medication to lower the number on the chart. But high cholesterol is not the root pathology. The cholesterol is just the patching compound your body sends to fill in the potholes. It attempts to repair the torn pipes. Without the Teflon coating, the patch sticks. It accumulates. It catches free radicals like shrapnel. It hardens. Once the coating is gone, cholesterol does not just stick. It turns into silent concrete. It calcifies behind the arterial walls. We will address how to break down that concrete shortly. And ironically, one of the most common healthy morning routines you perform in your bathroom is actually sabotaging your heart and apos' ability to protect itself from this damage. We will get to that deadly mistake in a moment. This is not just about outliving your peers. It is about not being a burden to your children. It is about retaining the physical freedom to move without fear. Mainstream medicine tells you to just lower the cholesterol and pray. But clinical pioneers have discovered how to repave the highway entirely. And it starts with 1 tablespoon of a controversial fat. The resurfacing agent is the olive oil K2 lemon flush. It is a biological solvent. The active compound is oleocanthal. It operates with an ibuprofen-like mechanism. It shuts down the systemic wildfire of inflammation. It stops the friction that degrades the glycocalyx. It physically resurfaces the potholed arterial road. The protocol is precise. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. First thing in the morning. On a completely empty stomach. It must be poured from a dark glass bottle to preserve the bioactive compounds. Stop. Before you run to the pantry, you must understand that 90% of grocery store olive oils are dead liquids. Here is the one test you must pass. It must burn. It must have a peppery catch in the back of your throat. That burn is the oleocanthal. If it goes down smooth, it is useless. You do not drink it alone. You combine it with 100 micrograms of vitamin K2. Specifically, the -7 Malawin Quatches variant. Add 1 tablespoon of fresh squeezed lemon juice. The lemon stimulates bioproduction. The olive oil acts as the resurfacing agent. But once the cholesterol is knocked loose, how do you flush it out of the body before it reattaches? You need the biological pressure washer. Enter the artichoke lemon tea. Artichoke does not just help a little. It increases bile flow by exactly 127%. It flushes the mobilized cholesterol out through the liver before it can settle back into the pipes. Steep 1 bag for 10 minutes. Add a squeeze of lemon. Next is the pomegranate K2 elixir. Remember the silent concrete forming behind the walls? That is arterial calcification. Plaque turning to stone. The -7 Malawin Quatches variant of vitamin K2 pulls the calcium out of the soft tissue. It shuttles it back to the bones where it belongs. Combine 4 ounces of pure pomegranate juice with 200 milligrams of magnesium. The punocalagins in the pomegranate actively reduce existing plaque thickness by 30% over a year. They neutralize the oxidative rust. Add the sea moss lime tonic to the protocol. 1 tablespoon of gel dissolved in water with lime. It provides the raw structural sulfated polysaccharides. These are the exact biological building blocks required to rebuild the glycocalyx wall. If high-quality extra virgin olive oil is inaccessible in your region, adapt. Cold-pressed sesame oil or mustard oil are powerful regional equivalents. Consumed raw, they contain highly similar anti-inflammatory polyphenol. They repair the exact same endothelial damage. But all of these protocols are useless if you commit the ultimate morning sin. A seemingly innocent hygiene habit that is chemically suffocating your heart. Antibacterial mouthwash. You wake up. You swish the blue liquid. You destroy the oral microbiome. Those bacteria are mandatory. They convert dietary nitrates into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the Teflon spray. The ultimate chemical lubricant that keeps arteries wide and flexible. Kill the bacteria, and your blood pressure spikes. The pipes constrict. The flow sludges. Never eat breakfast immediately after the flush. You must leave a 30-minute metabolic window. The flush needs time to line the stomach and absorb into the bloodstream. Food closes that window. You now possess the blueprint to rebuild the structural integrity of your cardiovascular system. But what happens when the engine finally receives the right fuel? Imagine waking up 7 days from now. You walk up those same stairs. You do not stop to catch your breath. The heaviness in your chest is gone. Look down at your hands. By midday, they are completely warm to the touch. The chill has vanished. That is the sign of nutrient-rich blood finally flowing freely through revitalized, flexible vessels. The hydraulic pump is working effortlessly. Every 40 seconds, a heart fails. You do not have to be one of those statistics. Modern disease is not a biological error. It is an environmental poisoning. The human body is a self-cleaning machine capable of repairing DNA if we remove the interference. Your vascular system is not a ticking time bomb. It is a highly responsive biological machine. It is capable of rebuilding itself if you simply provide the exact raw materials it demands. Your endothelium heard every word. The only question left is whether you will give it the fuel tomorrow morning. But repaving the highway is only half the battle. In the next protocol, we dismantle the one breakfast food that reverses everything you just learned. A brain-draining neurotoxin disguised as a health food. It sits in 90% of kitchens,